GM fam, we are live with your host Phil Escatras and Zircon with Value Vibes podcast, where we talk about the value, the vibes, and the drama. A lot of things going on today in the NFT world. We got Madlads throwing out some hints on maybe ordinals. We have Rollbit doing some changes. We have Solana going up. We have some censorship, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Play the heist doing some crazy things I never thought was possible with games. Azuki stuff. I mean, Zircon, the list goes on. What's up, man? How's it going?
Everything's good, Phil. There's a lot of things to talk about. We have Mint Week almost over, I think. We already had BoDoggos doing extremely well. They did almost a 3x of their mint price, which was really good. We have already been through the guaranteed mint for the SMBs Gen 3. We had Construct yesterday that didn't go well as we expected. Or at least I expected, just because of the SMB pre-sale mint and people being with catching an eye on something else that is going to be the public raffle for SMBs today. We have the public raffle for SMBs today, and I think tomorrow we have Bijo to just close up the week. So we have a little spice of what was mint season like a year or something ago. There's a lot of stuff to talk about NFTs as well. In terms of news, we have the Heist dropping season 2. I don't know how people reacted to the Heist. I was kind of bearish on them just because games didn't age well. Every single time something dropped, or they didn't release anything as Star Atlas did, that they're just starting to release cool stuff right now, or they die like in a week. The Heist has been really, really strong. Their NFTs are sitting right now close to 20 Solana. They minted for around 6, if I'm not mistaken. And they are gonna release season 2, adding new character called the Primate, I think, which is gonna be cool. Nana token is exploding. Things are going well for the Heist, so a lot of things to talk around those guys. And we have to talk about some concerns of NFT and the drama around Azuki Elementals, I think. You can be in a little more detail in that aspect. I haven't seen much of the whole scenario. I've seen just that they look exactly the same as the first Azukis, but with a fraction of the price. So that's, I think, everything we have to talk about. We can talk about a little bit more on HGE and Solana coin that I've seen something around there. But yeah, everything's good, Phil.
Oh, well, I just got noticed that Solinvestor is coming on. I added the live video on his Twitter, and I accidentally put the YouTube title instead of the Twitter title in there. So, don't look at it. I made a mistake there on Solinvestor's Twitter. But anyways, we have just what we talk about. Play the Heist. Let's go on that a little bit, dude. I know what you're talking about. I never thought a game like that would go nuts over in Solana at this bear market, but they surprised me. I was wrong. Like these guys, dude, they've been killing it, man. What the hell? Like I just want to try out the game, man. But he basically says it right here. I'm gonna share this tweet right here. Played a Heist almost at 20 sold. Nana is up more than 55 just today. During these times, remember the people who supported price since day one. Also, don't forget wankers who call it a pump and dump without doing a single bit of research about it. Now, all right, it's not about a single research of the
No, no,
project. I
no.
kind of disagree with NFT Doctor there. It's just the whole game vibe just never worked in
Yeah.
Ethereum or Solana. Like every single game was just it didn't work, and I felt like the Heist was going to go through that same path, but they basically smacked me around and said,
Yeah.
we're going forward, and they definitely surprised me on that. So, yeah, these guys are going, crazy, and that's so. You said a second collection?
Yeah, apparently they're gonna drop. I don't have the alpha. I haven't found it. A friend told me. This is the a friend told me thing kind of thing. He told me that they're gonna drop a new NFT for the season 2. Which apparently is gonna be another kind of ape. It's gonna be primates. I'm not completely sure. I haven't found the actual tweet or the Discord announcement or the message from from one of the founders. So I don't have the actual alpha about it. but that's what I heard. And yeah, about the heist, I mean, I played a lot of these kind of games that are more in the strategy side more than in the skill based, and
Yeah.
they never do well. That's why I was so bearish on them. It's not something
So,
to just wank on them. It's that it didn't work on the past, so
so
I
the
didn't.
one
Yeah.
thing, you play games. Can you access this game without the NFT? Because that was like our biggest thing. Because like you had to buy the NFT in order to play the game, right?
Yes, you have to. That's one of the things that actually makes the game be sustainable. That you have to buy the NFT in order to play it. So it's
Oh,
really limited, and it gets like uh, the sizing of the player base gets bigger when people buy the NFTs. So I think that's one of the things that might be working for them to just keep it going for this long. Hey, Solinvestor, what's good?
so right. I just
How's it
saw that.
going?
I was like, oh, what's going on, man?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Hey, sorry I'm late, guys. My bad.
Well,
Don't worry.
I made one mistake.
Uh-huh.
Don't look at your Twitter, because when you said you were coming on, I went live on your Twitter and I put copy and paste with the Twitter titles, but I copied the YouTube title, which is completely different. You know, the whole thing is a different dynamic. So I have the YouTube title on your Twitter, so ignore
that's
it.
nice.
Ignore it. So, but anyways, all right. So we were talking about Play the Heist and how they surprised me in Urcon with gaming. Have you seen this game at all, Solinvestor? Have you looked into it?
No, I haven't. I haven't, and it's a shame that I just haven't got the time to research it because, oh man, dude, there was so many, there was so many potential swing plays. Every time it went down to 11-10, you could swing it up to 13-14. And the season 2 was pretty obvious. A lot of people knew it was coming. So yeah, it's close to 20 now. It is what it is. I was thinking about buying it at 12 because I like the social sentiment, but I never pulled the trigger. So yeah, it is what it is. Glad to see that they are innovating. Glad to see that these constant updates. I think that's really what keeps these games going. So yeah, it looks like these guys are here to stay. These guys are no joke. I think we all thought they would die down, but they're killing it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the hype to die down. The hype hasn't died down for my entry. So when is it gonna die down so I can enter? I'm thinking probably after the whole season 2 hype, mint, the reveal, whatever's going on, then I could probably enter and start playing the game. We'll see. We'll see. But they're strong, man. They're strong. I gotta tell you that. So all right, so maybe we can all combine our money and just buy this thing and just share the game. Just an idea. That could probably work out. Zircon will probably Zircon. You're on mute, I think. I think you were
Thank
talking,
God
but you were
because
on mute.
thank God because I was overlapping so bad. Uh, I was gonna say that this is something I already mentioned to. I think it has to be that this what I'm about to say hasn't been released because you can actually lose your NFT by playing. I don't know if you know that, guys. Your NFT can actually get burned if you play and you get your how is it called when you send the monkey to rob something. It can actually die. So and I was gonna say why they didn't implement like some sort of renting for the NFTs, but if your NFT can die on on a heist, maybe that's the main reason why there's no renting system. Imagine putting your monkey on rental and the guy who rents it actually burns it by sending it to a heist. That would be really upsetting.
Yeah. And we got our first love comment of the day. Abad Kabasa says, I love you, Phil. And I replied back saying, I love you too. I love you. And I love everyone watching as well. Much love to everyone for viewing this. All right. So we have other news as well. A lot of crazy stuff going on here. Bitcoin and Madlads. I mean, this is insane. If this is what's going to happen, this is going to be insane because you have XNFT Backpack who are basically developing the next generation wallet. I don't know if you guys used it yet, but I am starting to use it now. And supposedly, if you haven't heard, the next move is Bitcoin Ordinals. Boom. Bam. Look at that. I think that's where the word of the mouth is right now. So have you guys used Bitcoin Ordinals at all yet? Or would a move like this make you enter Bitcoin Ordinals if Backpack does this? Combine Solana, Ethereum, all that.
I've used it, and I think it's the best idea ever to just let people to have one single app for everything. It's such a pain to have to switch between Phantom, MetaMask, because all good on Phantom integrating Ethereum and Polygon, but most dApps don't have the Phantom integration to log in with Ethereum or Polygon, so it's the same thing. I have my assets on Phantom, but I cannot connect my wallet to OpenSea to use the Ethereum things. So what's even the point of integrating stuff if you integrate it like halfway? So if Backpack actually does this and lets full integration with all dApps, it's gonna be great, because you will have everything on just one wallet, and you won't have to be worrying of switching between wallets to give permissions and things.
For sure. Comment of the day for Backpack. Jay Pegler did get me a little horny, not gonna lie. I think that wraps it up with what Backpack's about to do with Ordinals. Solinvestor, go ahead.
I don't know. Look, I don't know if you feel the same way I do. I know Zircon doesn't, but I can't use any other chain, and it's not because I'm a chain maxi. It's because I think Solana has spoiled me. If I have to wait 20 minutes for a transaction to get through, I would be freaking the hell out. Like, if my transaction doesn't go through in 3 seconds, yeah, I'm basically that guy if my transaction doesn't go through in 3 seconds. So
completely get you.
That's the only reason why I don't touch Bitcoin Ordinals. I don't touch Ethereum. I just can't wait for transactions to go through.
Yeah, my anxiety builds up whenever I'm buying. When I buy Ordinals, I just go for a walk, because I get really anxious waiting and not seeing if it actually. I won't even mention about when you mint on public and you don't know if you actually get the NFT. That's insane. And you have to wait 30 minutes to actually know if you minted. I'm not talking about having the NFT. You don't know if you minted successfully or not. It's crazy.
Dude, like, it feels like you can conquer Rome within those 30 seconds, within those 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you guys are saying. Like like right now I have Unisat. I was trying to open it, but I guess right here with the screen share, it doesn't show my Unisat wallet, which is kind of crazy. It's actually pretty cool. Like I opened it right now, it's not showing on the screen here, but right now I have 2 Ordinals, and I don't understand how to use between 2 accounts, because one's like a SegWit Bitcoin coin wallet, and then the other one's like a Taproot, which is like the upgrade. I'm so confused with that. That's why I'm still trying to learn it. I wish I could show you because it looks so confusing, but that's why I'm waiting on Backpack, and that's a good point you guys made on, like, you know, all these wallets right here, because I got all these wallets and I just don't like using them. Like, my main thing is Phantom, but Backpack is really gonna help this whole thing come into one, I think. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. So all right, so we have other news. We have Solana going up right now. Solinvestor, I don't know if you've seen the news here, but right now we have Solana that reached $17, I believe, as of right now. And I'm going to pretty much bring it up. I got you on right here, but let me bring it up real quick. Right now, Solana, let's see where it's at. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at $18 right now. Okay, we got Solana right here, and it's not showing. I don't know if you guys have the link. I can pull up CoinMarketCap to show where it's at.
No, just go to TradingView. Oh, we can go CoinMarketCap.
Okay, so we have $18. Whoa, look at that. What the hell? What just happened? Look at that jump. This literally just happened right now. $18. We have reached 18. So, is Solana back? Boom.
It's because of SMB. I think that's a.
Yeah, there was a lot of mints that went on. I mean, what were the mints? We had
BoDoggos,
SMB.
We had BoDoggos.
that is really hard on Ethereum, and today we have the public raffle for SMB, so that might be a trigger. I'm not quite sure. I'm just throwing things at the air.
Yeah. Yeah, but BoDoggos was definitely a big one. There was a lot of liquidity there as well. We had SMBs. We had what else was there was other ones. I forgot the names. Bijo, there was Bijo. And
Constructs and Lender Labs and Kodama. Those were the mints for this week. Every single one of them crashed besides BoDoggos.
pretty much. I mean, Solinvestor, you I know you have some things about BoDoggos. Let us know.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Oh.
So I flipped it.
I knew it was. It's stronger than you. You could. I knew
I can't
you
help
weren't
myself.
gonna hold it.
I can't help myself. Oh man. Oh, but look, I was going to sell it for 16. I held back. I saw listings remain stagnant and volume slowing down. I ended up selling it for just above 13. And I'm actually just sitting on the sidelines right now because we have Bitcoin Whales tomorrow, and then we have SMB next week. Unless Easy makes an announcement this weekend, which if I own the project, I wouldn't do, but it's still possible. Because if you make an announcement this weekend, all you're going to do is you're going to pump it, and then it's going to sell off, and people are going to use that liquidity to trade Gen 3. So this is my logic. I'm waiting for a dip as we approach Gen 3 public. I'm going to re-enter BoDoggos. I'm hoping to get it sub 9, and then plus royalties will probably be around 9. That's unlikely to happen considering we pumped to about 13 and then now we're coming back down. If that pump didn't happen, I'm pretty sure we would have gone sub 9. So yeah, I'm just going to adapt accordingly. I'm probably going to end up getting it sub 10, hopefully. And yeah, then I'll just wait, and hopefully Easy might take advantage of all the liquidity that will be there because of Gen 3. So that's how I'm planning on playing BoDoggos. Another thing to consider is that, like, if SMB Gen 3 goes like above 70 SOL, I can see a lot of people selling that and then rotating money back into BoDoggos. So these are just different sort of trading aspects that I'm currently on the lookout for. So yeah, I could have explained that a lot better and shorter, but yeah, that's my sort of game plan for BoDoggos.
Man, a lot of things has happened since the first day. It was gonna be your forever PFP, but your principles held stronger of flipping, and that is what Solinvestor is all about. We kind of saw it coming.
Technically, he didn't swap his PFP yet, so he didn't miss his word. He didn't change the PFP yet. So once he changed it, we can talk about the forever PFP. Once he rebuy,
I'm gonna find that clip.
He chilled.
Yeah,
I do need to buy in though. I do need to buy it. I think the project has another pump in it. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to buy it.
Now, speaking about things falling down, we talked about SMB falling down. We talked about what else falling down? There was something else, but the big one was Azuki. It's been all over Twitter. I mean, Azuki had a downfall after their whole collection shenanigans. What basically happened is they released, I think it was like 20,000 new NFTs, and basically it diluted the collection. And then like the second thing was like the art was the same. Now, with all that said, do you guys think Azuki still has the possibility of coming back with all this?
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. It's not even a question.
They raised $3 million. What's the question?
They raised $31 million. Not 3.
30 million?
30.
Yeah,
sorry.
30 million.
Yeah. I missed a zero.
Look, this is my mentality, and unfortunately, I'm too poor to afford Azuki, even despite the massive dip. But I will say that I think the Azuki community is cracked, and I think regardless of what mistakes Azuki makes, I think this is Azuki's like first major mistake. And oh god, is it a biggie? But still, I think the community's held strong. I think the dip was an opportunity to get in. I think it's already pumped a little bit since then. So yeah, I don't know if it'll reach all-time highs again, but I think it'll still. I think it'll still be a top collection, no doubt.
Interesting words from Solinvestor and Zircon. Azuki coming back, and we're already seeing strong signals that there are people buying Azuki for like $61,000 right here. There even was one person that like really just like took some would say advantage of this, which was Pimp Capital. This guy like swept a whole bunch of Azuki from him, seems like. Or was it this guy? It was one of the guys that they just kept sweeping and sweeping. I think it was Pimp Capital, and the reason why I say him is because he got censored on OpenSea, and it was probably because of this. I don't know if you guys heard of that censorship that just occurred today.
What happened? This
think
is an infinite money glitch, though. I would say that.
Him?
Yeah, I don't understand how he has so much money. Like, this guy doesn't run out of money. He owns like a bunch of Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. He owns a shit ton of DGods. I think he owns like the rank 2 or rank 1 DGod as well. He was the largest holder of Luna.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, what I'm seeing.
He has a bunch of Azukis. This dude doesn't run out of money. He's an infinite money glitch. His money does not end.
Dude, you're not joking here.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This dude is probably one of the richest guys in. I would put him in like maybe top 3 richest people in the entire NFT space.
That's
okay,
insane.
Now it makes sense on why OpenSea censored him. Now, yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Was he going to crash the platform? Was he just putting in too much money? The platform was going to crash, and like we gotta censor this dude.
Because he said here, he said like something to like like what just happened, and then Frank the God said he contacted OpenSea to resolve this because for the people
keep spending money.
And he said, "Thank you, sir. I was shocked, but it really doesn't bother me that much. I think they did it intentionally. Yeah, probably. My sweeps triggered some alarms. Yeah, if what we just saw with those Azukis, I'm pretty sure. But HGE.SOL does bring a good
this is
point.
Over $1 million.
Oh, the whole Azuki. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything he swept was over $1 million.
Probably the way we just saw all those things in his Twitter. Yeah, and one thing that HGE.SOL did bring up, he said centralization is a risk. You will understand only if you feel it. Now it's a platform. Next can happen on your NFTs. Only ordinals. Your NFT remains yours, immutable. That's a big statement there.
I disagree with it so much.
Oh, how?
I mean, I like decentralization. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of why we're here to an extent. But this whole idea that, centralization is this huge risk and decentralization will solve every problem under the sun. I don't subscribe to that. I don't think, I mean, okay. Oh God, we keep coming back to this, but look, HGE is a full-on scammer. For example, if the entire world was decentralized, this guy could get away with so much more shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's decentralized, right? No one could stop it per se. Once he's in the system, no one could do anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I disagree with this whole decentralized thing. Everything should be like fully decentralized. I disagree with that.
I'm a part of ABC community. Excuse me, sir.
And not just ABC. He's part of the Bitcoin ABC community, so it's even more exclusive. So be careful with your words.
Oh,
I-
sorry.
yeah. So, I think you bring some interesting words to the table about this thing. Um, the center, I think there's decentralization, there's centralization, then there's the middle. So, it's basically, I guess, as an analogy, you have government and no government. No government is libertarianism. You got all out government, which is authoritarianism, yada yada. The politics, and then you got the middle, then the less middle, where it's like small government. And I think I'm trying to understand it through that analogy. So I think I understand where you're coming from. As a full decentralization is a free world, libertarian, wild west world where you can pretty much do anything you want, but at the same time, it could lead to some things. So I'm gonna take that into consideration.
Also,
Yeah.
Okay, if we're going to get a little bit more political about this, no, not that I'm like, not that I support China or I support the US, but let's be real. The reason why China was able to respond so quickly to the whole COVID situation is because their government's extremely centralized, and you have one person calling the shots, and that's how they're able to move so fast. You know what I mean? And then there are disadvantages that come with that. But also one of the big reasons why China's economy has grown so much, it's because it's the growth wasn't hindered by a bunch of politics and a bunch of decision makings. I mean, look at the whole debate we just had with the debt ceiling. I do believe democracy is a much better system, but I wouldn't say that I lean on any extremes, because I think there's advantages and disadvantages to everything, and I think there are disadvantages to being fully decentralized.
But I would like to say that I do get worried with my Solana NFTs sometimes, because it is a reality that they are mutable, because it's basically controlled by Metaplex. Like, they can change the image at any point if they want. That's the risk, right?
I don't know. I mean, I will say this for like 99% of NFTs. If the team changes your NFT to a dick pic, that thing's probably going to go to zero. All right. And the team would probably only do that if they're going to abandon the project. But if the team abandons the project, either way, it's going to go to zero. I mean, this applies to 99% of NFTs. So really, at this point, who the hell cares? It does make a difference when you're talking about stuff like owning the IP, and maybe you want to do something with that IP. Then that's a whole different case. But the NFT company can set up terms of service, have certain IP rights put in place, etc., and release all of these documents. I think Easy's done that, if I'm not mistaken, on BoDoggos. There was something on the website written IP. I just didn't click on it. But yeah, that's just one example on how you can go about this. You don't have to be fully decentralized and have your NFTs fully immutable. Personally, I want my NFTs to change. Take Alpha Faros, for example. They're doing an art upgrade next month. If NFTs weren't, if their NFTs were completely immutable, then we would be stuck with the old art. And I don't think the old art gives a project enough space to grow. You know what I mean? So it's this whole double-edged sword thing. DeGods would have never become dead gods if their NFTs were immutable.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept. I'm sure we'll come back to this. There will probably be a moment in Solana where something happens where we'll come back to this topic again. And yeah, it's just one of those things that it'll be heavily debated once again. Now we also have Solport Tom doing some things. He has basically came back from the dead, as I would say. Zircon, we talked about this a little bit, but he made his own statements. One statement that he said, which I actually retweeted out, is basically he's back. Zircon, are you scared?
I'm actually hyped because I talked I mentioned this to my friends. I think Tom really needed to be to pass through this art upgrade and art stuff so he can focus 100% on tech and do what he does best, that is building tech, building cool stuff, and start pumping the hell out of tails and pilots. I think people think that Tom is gonna abandon the project. Well, we talk about this on Twitter with Solinvestor. People call pilots a rug just because of the art revamp and all that stuff, and they all forget that Tom actually put his money from his own pocket to derog Tails to begin with, and the same thing with Solstead by Citizens by Solstead. So we always forget these kind of things that people does at the beginning. Pilots are not a rogue. Actually, pilots were dropped to the tail holders, so they need to just go through the art and start focusing on tech. I think after this, people are gonna be regretting floating pilots and not buying them at these low ranges that are right now, in maybe a couple of months from now, once they start posting new stuff and showing that they actually can do things and they are not just an eternal art revamp going on.
Yeah, and one thing, like you mentioned tech, and one thing he just thrown up here is for pilots, there are 9 tech apps live that people can interact with since mint. Is that not, like what you just said? Great point. This guy is basically tech. That's basically his main bread and butter. Art was kind of like pending in his back, and now he can full swing ahead. Zircon, this is one team that you've been so alpha about for probably over a year. It kind of sucks that he went through this phase, and just by looking at this, are you ready for this? Like what do you see with this whole Tile Robotics team?
I think you were talking to Solinvestor, but thank you.
I
I didn't throw any off on pilots, but thank you.
Yeah, I meant Solinvestor.
I'm actually fading them, and no, it's. I'm still in full support of Tom. I think pilots will do incredible, but unless these things drop down to about 3 to 4 SOL, I'm not really interested in picking one up. The reason being is that there are a lot of other plays I'm currently focused on, and I'm currently looking at, and ones that I know have more definitive fundamentals that could bump it, which reduces my risk. So there are all these different aspects that I'm looking at and these different projects I'm looking at. Unfortunately, today pilots isn't one of them. But like I said, if these things fall to like 3 SOL, I'm such a big buyer of it, because it to me it's just I cannot, how do I say this? I cannot say with confidence pilots is undervalued at 6 SOL. I can't say that with confidence because I'm not quite sure. If this thing drops down to 3 SOL, I can say with confidence that I find this to be undervalued. Yeah. So curious to see what happens next. If it hits that entry, I'm definitely buying in. If it doesn't, we'll see how things evolve over time. I know I'm going to have enough liquidity by Q4 to take a lot more speculative bets. But right now, I'd rather bet on a couple of things that I'm a little bit more certain on.
Interesting take there. I mean, I
still bullish on that.
Yeah, but basically, you're just there's a lot of things going on right now. Tile Pilots is not in your main bread and butter right now, and I think with Tom being focused right now, we're gonna see some crazy things. We're definitely gonna see some crazy things in the next 3 months, and we'll definitely come back around what Tom is building up very soon. Now, the unfortunate news, we got to bring up the bad news. Cardinal Labs. Cardinal Labs is shutting down. Cardinal Labs is shutting down. These guys raised a 4.4 million fund, and just 11 months ago, led by Solana Ventures, head participant, big players, Alameda Research, Inamoco Brands. Today, they're shutting down, and I mean, it kind of sucks. I didn't see this coming, but there you go. Cardinal Labs is out. And they basically, they said that, like 18 months ago, they didn't see like this type of market. And it just kept, hindering them basically with all these things happening. And they're moving on. So we're probably going to see more of this, but it's just part of the market. That's the news of Cardinal Labs.
Yeah, and one thing that they mentioned that I already knew, because I always been on the developer track, not actually a developer. I'm making my path to it, but supporting these kind of things for so long is really expensive. Devs and more in detail devs related to Web3 that build cool stuff, such as the ones Cardinal has, are expensive. It's really expensive to be just putting money into it and building stuff with these kind of markets. So they're just looking for another path. Maybe we'll see them back on Solana on the future. I don't really think so. If they're moving forward, I don't think they're going back, at least with the same devs. Maybe some other company will do the same thing. The rentals from Cardinals haven't been moving. I think they could have improved a lot to just fit in with this kind of markets, but it's really hard. People are not renting stuff. You can see it. Their main thing that people rented on Cardinal were snipers and Scalp Empire to use the analytics. And Scalp Empire is sitting at 2 SOL just because of the market conditions. And now no one is using bots to mint because there's not much people in the ecosystem, so you can actually mint things manually or rent these to mint for you, and you don't have to be worrying to set up the bot. So their main things that were being rented are not working. So maybe that didn't help as well. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame now. It's really sad to see these kind of guys go and move. But yeah, we'll see. The best to the I wish the best to the team, because they are really cracked. They build a really, really cool product. No, I didn't like much the interface, but that's personal taste. And yeah, but the tech was really good.
Did you say they're really cracked?
Correct.
They're cracked.
Oh, I thought you said crack like in Spanish, like, oh, ellos son crack.
No. Same thing, by the way.
Yeah, cool slang. But all right, so overall, I mean, that is basically what's happening right now in Solana. We got Ordinals, hopefully doing some things with Backpack. We'll find out for sure. Ethereum NFTs, everything happening. Any last words, Solinvestor, on this ecosystem?
Oh yeah, I think we're still in for an exciting few weeks. So buckle up, enjoy the ride, and hey, I hope everyone makes a little bit of money.
Good stuff. And then we'll for sure see some stuff going on within the next few weeks on everything. A lot of reveals. Let's just throw it out there. A lot of reveals happening. Tuesday, we'll talk about it. And maybe some flips from a couple of us. Zircon, famous last words.
Check out the market, because there's going to be a lot of liquidity coming in with both BoDoggos already happened, and now we have SMB Gen 3. So there's going to be a ton of liquidity, and that liquidity won't just mint and go out. There's going to be a lot of liquidity that will stay on the ecosystem. So pay attention and see the next play, because there's definitely going to be a next play besides the big ones such as BoDoggos and Gen 3.
Dude, I think DJ News is going to do something on Ordinals as well. They're throwing up these orange signs every so often. I don't know, but it's just my take. But yeah, so overall, I mean, thanks for watching. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Definitely join our Discord below, where we basically talk about all this crazy stuff. We have no lives. And also go, 8 o'clock around this time, we go live Tuesdays and Thursday. Come check out our show. Join our personal YouTube channels, our Twitters below. Much love. Mint that like button and peace.